seminars, attended organized paper presented. There is one thing that you should short-term training. Short-term training. Participated again and organized. After that, there is one more thing. Awards and honors.
Inter-society competition.
You need to look for the awards and honors. Then there comes awards and honors, and after that, hobbies and interests. This is very critical point where you do mistake. You commit blunders. So, hobbies and interests. Normally, most of you copy. But I have one example from IIT Kharagpur. Again, I visited there and I attended a training. And what happened? A final year student appeared in a job interview and he was asked a question, what are your hobbies? And his answer was, take a chair. He was asked the question, what are your hobbies? And the answer given by the candidate is Formula 1 car race. Hobbies, Formula 1 car race. The next question, what is Formula 1? And the question was explained by the candidate very well and he got the best package out of his class. No third question. Based on hobby only he got, and normally at IIT Kharagpur, the teacher, the trainers, they interview the company people after the interview. They ask that, we are very happy that our student got such a huge package, but at the same time we are shocked to see that the topper of the class is not gaining that package. So what is the reason behind that? The company person answered and they said, if the candidate is so clear about his hobbies, what will be his level of clarity about the technicality of the subject that he is studying and going through. So, based on his conceptual clarity, we are hiring him. That is why you must be very, very particular about your hobbies, about your choices, about your interests. And then later on, there for the main body, one more point, sports participation. In how many sports you are able to participate? How many of you are having a sports participation certificate today? Only 20% under 2 school level. Why is it so? Why are you not nurturing your hobby of sport today? At no time you can be said to stop your hobby, nurturing. And for hobby, you need to maintain you need to prepare some time. Like suppose that I am asking you a question in an interview that somebody said that my hobby is swimming. How many times daily you go swim? What is the frequency of your time at your hobby? And you are telling, no, last 10 years I have not seen any swimming. Why? Because I am so busy, I have no time to give to my hobby. This is not a justified answer, and then swimming is not your hobby. You have to manage some time. And again, for hobbies and interests, many a time you people write passive hobbies. There are two types of hobbies: active hobbies, passive hobbies. What is passive hobby? Listening to music. Passive. Your role is nowhere. Watching television, viewing cinema, viewing cricket match. What are you doing? Today there comes an advertisement to check the diabetes and all that. That one photograph is hanging on the wall, and the old man is telling that he is my son and he is my daughter-in-law, he is my grandson. My grandson watches the sports but doesn't play. So that way you need to mention active hobbies where your action is involved. That makes a sense that if suppose that today I am telling my hobby is playing Ludo. Clear? That involves no action, hardly any action. That way, hobbies must like swimming, racing, clear? Where zeal is required, where competition is there, playing chess, even reading novels and reviewing, and then you must be able to tell a few lines about that novel. So that is the part of hobbies and interests. And then sports participation. Sports participation. Because nowadays human life is getting only professional. People are not having time to manage life at workplace. So the biggest question is of work-life balance. The biggest question is of work-life balance. Either you are workaholic, only working, or you are a worker or a shirker, shirking from your responsibility always. Like a few of your classmates might be, who will go to listen to the boring lecture of SNC. Let us be out and enjoy the weather, fine weather. So they are shirkers. Either work or shirk. But don't be neither workaholic nor shirkaholic. But be a person who knows how to balance between work and life. And that will make you, because your health is also a priority, and if you are ignoring it, you will not be able to perform well in the longer run. And then, for that purpose, sports participations are required. Moving from front matter to main body, now we will be focusing our attention and shifting it to back matter. Back matter is required, it requires personal details. The back matter of resume requires personal details of parents. Many a time in our resume we write only father name and we ignore mother name. This is a serious problem with you. If you are not mentioning your mother's name in your resume, it means you don't give equal right to women. You don't participate in women empowerment. For you male, you are a male dominating temperamental person. This shows, this reflects. That is why on mark sheets, even on DMC's mother name is also there. Parents, both the parents, their mother, father, both should come. Nationality, and earlier in India, even warriors were named after their mother. Like Karna was known as Radhe, the son of Radha. Arjuna was known as Kaunteya, the son of Kunti. So mother was more dominating in the lives of son and family, when you can say. Yudhishthir said, whatever my mother says is religion for me. I don't know any religion. Whatsoever my mother tells me, that is religion for me. And the same statement used to be said by Shivaji on this earth. And one of the modern Indian icons. Furthermore, parents, nationality, gender, masculine, feminine, now another one, transgender. Third one, because jobs are there for them as well. Then date of birth, status, married, unmarried. These requirements should be mentioned here in your resume. That is back matter, and in back matter, personal details. Then next comes references. Let us talk about this question, as I am the biggest sufferer of this point. Whom to refer and why? Many a time you don't know that the person you are referring will really give a good feedback. Approx 3 years back, I was selected in BITS Pilani, and as reference I gave the name of the person, then director of the institute at that time. And when there came a reference call to him, he replied in his own fun and said, मुझे नहीं लगता तुम्हारे सिस्टम में फिट होगा, होता है तो रख लो. See, this is the referential answer. So, it is my fault to refer to him. So you must know whom to refer and why to refer. Clear? And even as a communication teacher, it is my mistake. I am not able to read the mind of the person whom I am going to give as reference, and I am not knowing that what about me he is going to tell. So who will hire me as a communication teacher? Got it? Nobody. You will also not hire me, even if you are on college. You will say, "Sat, इस बेवकूफ का देखो, पता नहीं क्या reference लेके आओ." Clear? So in such situation, references should be properly placed, well thought, well organized, well processed. And nowadays there are criteria for references. Sometimes you do one thing, you give reference of your head of the department, but again before your interview, you should confirm from your HOD that sir, I have given your name as reference, my name is so and so, kindly once the call comes, please attend it. You talk to him, and if you are going to give as a reference somebody, some relative, normally it is criteria is given. Like somewhere I was applying, it was boldly mention there. Only one reference should be from your current employee. Like I have not referred 2-3 persons from TIT. Clear? So that way you should also, and giving 2 references from 2 different institutions, organizations and different areas, and if they are going to give you proper feedback, means you are going somewhere, at least you know your work. Like the internship that you have done in summer course, the summer training you have done with the official, 1. Your head of the department, 2nd. 3rd, maybe the person, maybe from your distant known person, but he must be aware about your professional expertise. The person must be aware about your professional expertise. That is why there comes the number of references. Not more than 3. In any case, if asked for 3, otherwise 2. References should be 2. If asked, then 3. In no case more than 3. Then there comes the permanent address. Yes.
We have to mention on that the person, the name, post, and
Designation, email, contact number. Right now, mail ID also and mobile number. Sometimes they ask for in writing. They ask referential feedback in writing and in confidence. For that purpose, and they keep it for record. So email ID is also required. Name, designation, email ID and contact number. These 4 things must. Sometime address. Sometime address. About that fellow, sometimes it is asked exactly, clearly asked, how do you know? Or how does that person know you? Okay? And giving references always better that you mention the person under whom or with whom you have worked. Because if someone is dialing the person for referential call, he should tell that he knows his job. He knows Java, he knows, I don't know, your technical expertise of your field. He is very good at machine. He knows in and out of the computer. Such feedback, such references. Never say like he will not be fit in your setup. Okay? Then references, then permanent address. After references, there becomes permanent address. And after permanent address, there should come declaration. Declaration, clearly mentioning, I hereby declare that the above mentioned facts are true to the best of my knowledge and belief. In case anything found wrong, I shall be held responsible for the same. So that declaration, and after declaration, date, place, and signature. Sometimes you do a very common mistake. Your these things, reference, date, place, and signature goes to different page. That should not be there. That can be misused. So, resume part, better in that case you write P1, P2 in the bottom. Page 1, page 2, and page 3. So, coming to the PowerPoint slides, without wasting much time. Yeah? This address is current address. At the top, this address is current address. Here is permanent address. Like current address, suppose that some student from Bihar is studying here in TIT, his current address will be room number 58, hostel, maybe some Sarla Bhavan or something like tomorrow Aryaman Bhavan. something Lakshmi Bhavan. But if his permanent address will be the address from the place he belongs to. And then again, he should mention permanent address only when somebody is there to receive the letter on his behalf. Otherwise, again there will be some problem. Interview letter they may send to permanent address and nobody is there to intimate you back from there. You should go first in final year. You must plan even if you don't have any certificate, because read here. Major distinguisher is certification beyond the course carried out. For long run professional excellence, major distinguisher is certification beyond the course carried out. So it's better to organize, to mentor, to be part of that. And there also in the industrial visit, don't just go and come. Go, take a round and have a session with them like this. Say some senior person that sir, we want to discuss something with you. And sitting in the chamber, you have some question answer 10-minute session. And there you ask some particular question that you may use for your future. Like what is this? How do you prepare? Like even when I visited Vardhaman, most of our colleagues, what were they doing? We should get some discount on purchasing sweaters or woolen material of Vardhaman. This should not be approached. How do they prepare wool? What is pure wool? How is it different from what does it cost? And how will it be prepared and how is it different? Even I went to that place where blood stained wool was, raw wool kept there, purchased from the Himalayan region, from the ships directly, blood stained. I saw that, took it in my hand, then walked each and every gallery. How do they prepare? That should be your approach. Raw material, from where they purchase, where do they sell out, and all that industrial visit should. That these are the exploratory questions you should ask there. And you request that sir, please have a session of 30 minutes, 20 minutes. We want to have something. Then please come to the slides.
Yashi other side there. Yashi.
The resume are important job search tool. What is the resume? It's a job searching tool. Purpose of resume? The objective of resume is to get you an interview. Means not the job, at least interview call. If you are able to get that interview call, at least first purpose of preparing resume is solved. In an interview, that is your opportunity of having face-to-face interaction, and there you can prove yourself. Then let us talk. We have studied almost all. A resume is. Who would like to answer?
Summary of
Job searching tool and 1 or 2 page. The purpose of resume is to get an interview call. A resume is job searching tool, and defining a resume may be it is 1 or 2 page professional detail of a person covering his expertise and his specialization. The length of resume must be the most important information on my resume is no. Name you can also tell. You can write on your covering letter. Yes, major distinguisher. Here, so what you have done, your area of expertise and all the things. It's okay to exaggerate information on my resume. No, don't exaggerate.
Close.
Exaggerate means, yes, that should not be there. Because at the bottom you are giving a declaration, filing a declaration. Then furthermore, when writing my resume, my main focus should be on what? Yeah, and matching your job skills, required skills with your present skills. Clear? Suppose that somebody says my strength that I can never tell a lie, and you are applying in CBI. So your ability, they will say, no, we don't need Mahatma Gandhi. Clear? We don't need Mahatma Gandhi, we need Subhash Chandra Bose. And then, when submitting my resume to a job advertisement, I need to make certain that no spelling mistakes should be there, no problems should be there, like that. Then, do's and don'ts. Don't exaggerate. Make it readable. Font size should not be very short. Resume should be well typed. It must not have typo errors. Clear, grammatical errors should not be there. And then this is one thing, see here. Targeted for the job. One resume will not work everywhere. One size does not fit everywhere. So you need to have special resume for a special purpose. Clear? And then this is the question. You need to start thinking today only, and from this very spot. Why should I hire you? Start thinking. And then few answer you can prepare like that. All my classmates or all my fellow engineers can solve this problem, but I can solve the advanced level, and that you should prove it, because everything is fair there in getting a job. Picking the best resume format. Now this is another format. Your name on the top, address, relevant skill group title, and skill titling and employment history, education, all that. What is captured in the first 10-15 lines of your resume? Capturing the attention of the employer. Highlight your strengths and the fold. Resumes targeted means, many a times we do some blunders. Once I was teaching in some institution, a teacher made a very good coverage letter, and he said that I hope that you will revert back after having my area of expertise and knowledge, finding the resume attached here with for your further detail and kind consideration. Immediately after that, from HR there comes a mail, another mail. Sir, where is your resume to be considered? There is no attachment. He sent the mail without attachment, without attaching his resume. Address is specific. You try to apply a job and try to be very specific. Like suppose that you are applying a job in Saudi Arabia, and you are telling I am a very fun-loving person and I like moving here and there and I enjoy dating with friends. So they will say better you don't apply for this job Otherwise, we don't know whether you will be able to back in one piece or piece. Clear? That will be the problem. You applied for, like, that will be the bigger problem. You know, when I was selected, I asked that I don't know anything about Saudi Arabia. You please tell me about culture of Saudi Arabia. The first suggestion extended by a Arabian lady, that since you are selected for a girls' college, the farther the distance you will be maintaining from the lady, the safer will it be for you. The farther the distance you will be maintaining from the lady, the safer it will be for you. So targeted addressing, specific, and then tailored, so you are a good fit. Tailored means like ready-made cloth, ready-made resume. Ready-made cloth from XXL size may not fit me and may not fit even a very lean and thin person from your class who is clear. Yeah. So that way, for that purpose, different resume, for different job, different resume. Great for entry level and senior executives. Means combination resume, entry level and senior executive both. Combination resume, combine it according to the suitability and requirement of the industry. And then there comes again resume style, combination resume, combining all the skills. Chronological resume. It should be putting on most important information, specific information, huge numbers, figures and facts. Then functional resume. And as we discussed, one size doesn't fit all. Common resume component, objectives, education, experience, all that, activities and interest. Then one or two additional information relating to each section heading. Section heading, one or two words heading, not very big headings, that represent the category of the content. And then objective, focus on how you would benefit the employer. Be clear, short and to the point. This is in professional communication known as KISS. Keep it simple and short. Relate to a specific occupational title. Then writing a resume, objective. Sometimes while writing objectives, we exaggerate the information. We need to be very, very specific about objectives. I will show you some samples. Then professional summary can be rehearsed at a number of times. And then career summary, profile, professional highlight. All of these are professional summary headings. Select keywords that suits you. Work experience and mention the skills relevant to the targeted position. Experience, related experience, professional experience, work history, related work history and professional work history. Then use accomplishment statement. PAR, problem, action, result. And AB is equal to result. A plus B is equal to result. Action plus benefit is equal to result. ABR model can help. Two models you can use to help craft your accomplishment statements. Education. List education and training. Many a times we have some, long back we have some training, but that doesn't work. Like we don't know about in detail that training. Suppose that you have a diploma in photography and you are not able to tell that how many types of lenses are there. So if mentioning that qualification will go against you. So education, related coursework training and related certification. All of these are education and training headings. Select report and best fit you. Then skill section. Then skills relevant to the first skill should be relevant to the targeted position. And example of the skill section should be like that. These headings. Programming, what you know, this is about computer only. And then operating system, technical roles, typical applications used, and tips I have given you here. I need not to go on there. Gaps in your resume. You need to work consistently to bridge this gap. Because the thing that is required, and you also introspect that where you are lacking. Keep analyzing that my resume is lacking this point. This should be done there. This should be done there. And then you will be able to bridge the gap. Update your resume. At the very beginning I tell you that updation should be very frequent, often, and it will reduce the time it takes to write a resume at a time. At the time you are going to tomorrow interview, today you want to prepare your resume, you need to mention all the details at a one day. Having 1 day time at the cost of 1 day. You won't have, and if you are having an updated resume that you updated recently last week or last month, only 2-3 entries, you are having sufficient time to prepare, focus on the job interview. Then, master your resume. A good place to keep track of all of your new skills and accomplishments. Don't forget about इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रेज्यूमे. मैनुअल नहीं होना चाहिए, कागज पे लिखने लग जाओ. कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियर 80% मार्क्स, टॉपर ऑफ टीआईटी, एंड राइटिंग a resume on a paper with pencil or pen. It will not work. Then resume help is nearby. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Take the help from your friends, your colleagues. Meet with one of the counselors. Oh no, this is not. This is one thing I wish to discuss. This is 3D resume. 3D resume is what? Like suppose that at the top, for address there is some mark. For email there is some box, mailbox mark. For Facebook app is written and other details. So and professional expertise like see, Adobe Photoshop, this much, this up to this percent you are expert. Then other expertise they have mentioned like up to this. And then personal details and personal hobbies, such type of. This is known as 3D resume. This is new concept, but this may work in call center or other executive type of marketing jobs or other parts you can use it. This is one page resume and mentioned over here. Finally, I would like to discuss with you like once this is the sample. Now we talked about resume too much. I will be discussing now CV, and that goes to many pages. Hardly 3-4 minutes of having an example of CV. But it is not coming to the screen. You will help me. So profile is mentioned there, and then post-graduation and PhD in English literature with specialization in American literature from Department of English, Banaras Hill University. with a decade-long extensive experience of teaching research and publication. One line, career objective, seeking a position to utilize very common. Career highlights. This is like projecting your experience in a way. Like October 8 till date, I'm not going to focus on all that career highlights. Then distance education teaching, career highlights. Then there comes the education. Professional education, the nowhere percentage is mentioned. Clear? and then academic education, schooling. Then there comes co-curricular activities. Then short-term training attended and refresher and orientation. NMHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development and AICT is sponsored short-term trainings attended. How many? 20. Then short-term courses organized. Then there comes publication. Books authored, books edited, chapters in book. How many? Then articles in journals. Clear? So this cannot be summed in a resume. This has to be a CV. Then proceedings of seminar, conferences and orientation courses. How many? Then articles in magazine, newspapers, book reviews, creative writing, poems, and then there comes story writing, interview published online, seminar, workshops, symposia, conferences organized, then keynote speaker, guest lectures delivered, invited talk, resource person, chaired session, international, national, seminar, workshop, conference attended, international, how many? 16. National, how many? 32. State level, how many? 3. Others, 2. Paper presentation. International, how many? 23. National, how many? 46. Abstract in international, national conferences, how many? 51. Membership, प्रोफेशनल मेंबरशिप, ये तुम्हें बताना भूल गया भाई, आपको ये भी देना पड़ेगा मेंबरशिप. क्लियर? प्रोफेशनल मेंबरशिप, आप किसी सोसाइटी के मेंबर हो, वो आपको मेंशन करना पड़ेगा. लेकिन पोजीशन ऑफ रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है. Then actually this is my PhD topic, research project. I worked on this PhD. This is rebellion and change in the place of Leroy Jones, Imamu Amiri Karatha. This is black American writer. Then PhD scholar guided how many? 4. MPhil 3. Awards and honors. This. Hobbies. Personal profile. Then references. These are my references now. And then declaration. I hereby declare that all restrictions and increasement in the curriculum vitae are true and complete to the best of my knowledge and belief. That's it. Finally, before closing the talk, I would like to give you only one example and close the session. My dear students, opportunities are many. Competition is very tough. But somewhere the requirement is that to bridge the gap. That is required industry institute gap. You are now in institute and you are trying to be in industry. Many a times you are working on the software and preparing yourself according to the requirement, according to the resources available in the institute. But in industry, industries compete themselves. So there is a very tough competition. They have upgraded machinery, software and advanced material with them, advanced resources available. And they want here you are competing with the stressors of today, but there you will be competing with the technology of future that will be coming. That is why there is always a bridge between what industry demands and what we teach you. So the requirement is that to prepare yourself as per the industrial requirement. For that purpose, you need to upgrade your technological skills and abilities up to the industrial demand, so as to spearhead the competitiveness of present day requirement and in order to be technological leaders of 21st century. Later on, only one example for mismatch resume I would like to give you. Once it was an article, real article published in some newspaper, written by the director, former director of IIM Ahmedabad. And what was that article? Once Mahatma Gandhi applied for the job of the vice president in any soft drink company. Like suppose that Mahatma Gandhi's resume is solicited for vice. Imagine that Mahatma Gandhi's resume is solicited for the job in Coca-Cola. Imagine, Coca-Cola company. Gandhiji applied for vice president and a response comes to Gandhiji from the HR of Coca-Cola company. Clear? Or take any soft drink company. This is just an example. And what is that letter? The letter is like that. Dear Mr. Mohan Das ji, you do not meet our requirement, and that is why we are rejecting your candidature. You do not meet our requirement. Sorry, second line is not there. You do not meet our requirement on the following ground. First, you have solicited your resume for the vice president and you have processed, you have sent your resume along with the extensive note on my experiment with the truth. In present day professional scenario, who is there to believe in truth and all these values? We need to remodel the value. Second point, what is that ahimsa thing? In that letter it is written, what is that ahimsa thing you talk too much about? In modern day competitive environment, we do believe in killer instinct instead of ahimsa thing. And we don't hesitate even to mix pesticides in our liquor, and you are talking about ahimsa. So again there is a huge mismatch. Later on, third point, dear Mahatma, we invited the application for the post of vice president, not a virtue one, so that he can compete in 21st century marketing scenario and raise the level of competition and bar graph of our profit to a new heights. Fifth point, however, we are keeping your resume with us. We are keeping your resume with us. We are keeping your resume with us. If in future some revolution will happen, we will definitely think of your candidature again, but you do not match our requirement today. Got it? Means you have to have a matching resume. You have to have a matching resume based on the requirement of the job. You cannot compromise on the requirement of the industry. Even if you are here, industry is here, you have to lower your level if you want to serve industry. Even if industry is there on the height and you are here, you have to raise your level to match. Otherwise, mismatch will always be there and no parity will be established, and until and unless parity is not there, you won't be able to get a job offer later. That's it from my side. Thank you all. Thanks a lot for being a wonderful listener. Any query? Session is open for question answer. Now session is open for question answer. Any doubt? Not exactly required. Earlier in traditional resume it was there. I have that pattern. I have with me. In traditional resume it was required. But modern resume are like this. And when, see, I would like to show you here. Modern professional resume writing sample of traditional resume. Earlier we had tabular formats available with us, but now I don't think that people are ready. Sometime in government job, the biodata, CV, resume, this one is traditional form, and here you will find tables. Here, but sometimes what happens in government job, they require the resume in their own tailor-made format. There you can have like there is another resume format. This is also changed. What I have taught you, this I have gone through industry institute interaction in National Institute of Technical Teacher Training and Research. So industry expert as well as the experts from the institute, they prepare this. This is another format, and if you have enough data, more data to project, then you should go for. This is another pattern, name, address, email, etc. Objective, academic qualification. This is not in the tabular form. So that way you can prepare it. No, it is not. You should even if on personal level, if you want. Industrial visit, even if you can manage on personal level. Two questions are here. One question was mentioning strengths and weaknesses. Normally we don't know our real weakness. What I think that my weakness is something, and reality is that I am having a different weakness. Because again, I am not capable of turning a window into mirror into window. So you are, what is happening? I am looking at you all. I cannot look at my own persona, inner persona. And why even my weaknesses you can tell better. How I have two eyes to look at 80 eyes, where 80 eyes are observing me. And you can tell better my weaknesses. And that way, for knowing your weakness, you need some expert opinion. Maybe your very, very good friend, maybe your father, your mother, if they are friendly with you and you are open with them. Maybe your very close teacher, they can make you identify your weaknesses. Otherwise, normally what happens? What is your weakness? No, I don't have any weakness. Clear? If I am answering like that, ego is my weakness. If I am answering like that, I have no weakness, ego is my weakness. And if I am answering like that, if I am answering I don't have any weakness, ego is my weakness. If I am answering no, I don't have any weakness, negativity is my weakness. I am using double negation for a statement positive. That should be stated as a positive statement. No, I don't have any weakness. I am using double negation for a statement that could be said as a positive statement. Then, and knowing your strength, many times we know. And in history, human history, a European, particularly Unanian fighter, he used to tell, I need not to bother the result of war if only I could know the strength and weakness of my enemy. And he was never defeated in his life. What was his formula? Only he said, I need not to bother the result of any war if only I know strength and weakness of my enemy. And whenever he used to fight with enemy, he first, you can say, bribe any close aid of that enemy, just to know the strength and weakness of it. So that way you can identify, and there is one formula. If any of you are planning to go for MBA, or you are having some known MBA person in your family, that is known as Johari window. What is that? Johari window. That formula can let you know your weakness and strength. And even see how it is being used in industry. Johari window is being used in industry like, suppose that I am running a company, I am having a lot many persons with us to work. I am a team leader and I don't know what you can work, what you are best at. So what I will be doing, I will simply ask you in my office over a cup of tea. I will keep chatting with both of you and I will be putting data. I will be asking questions about your choice, hobbies, something like that, and putting it inside the computer, and there will be ready-made formula, and that will let me know that what is your strength and what is your strength, what is your weakness and what is your weakness. And applying that, adopting that, I can identify that by this employee can be best utilized in this area, and she can be best utilized in what area, in which area. So that formula, that is managerial principle. So if you know some very good management professional, you go to him as a friend or family member and ask that you know what is Johari window, and you tell me what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses, or what am I good at. Any more question? You ask. What? Industrial visit. Industrial visit, bete, if try to convince your HOD for that first. And even if nobody is convinced, you manage at your own level. Even go personally, if you know some industrialists, go personally for the visit, have a session with them, try to have a feel of the pulse of the industrial environment, how do they work. You will be knowing that this is an industrial environment, this is how they work in industry. And then try to satisfy your query, and then try to draw some inferences for you. That will help you. Any more questions, please?
The barrel is only that.
If anybody is interested in one language, that's not necessary. See, language, if you are expert in one language, even if somebody is very good in Haryanvi and doing computers here, he will get a job. Government of India is hiring. See, there nowadays you might have listened about globalization. Present time is of reverse globalization. Remember it. present time is of reverse globalization. You see in Saudi Arabia, many Indian employees were forcibly sent back to India. In America, there is always a sword hanging on the neck of our workers or our experts over there. Many a times they are there and many a times computer experts are working in Bangalore. They don't know when will they be in Bangalore and when will they be in USA or UK. So reverse globalization, and in that way, maybe knowing local language is an advantage. Knowing local language and knowing one additional language is extra advantage. But if you are expert and you can convert data and preserve of Haryanvi literature or Haryanvi music, or you can go for mixing and you have good understanding of remix Haryanvi, clear? Then you can earn there also in that industry. If your hobby is music and you know all that, so you can go for that also. Computer is such a wonderful branch, an IT event, that you can be fit at anywhere, in any area. For you, language is not the restriction, but definitely language is also a window to the world. Because if you are knowing Hindi, you can be placed all over India. If you are only knowing Haryanvi, you can be placed all over Haryana. If you are knowing Punjabi, you can have the advantage, Punjabi and Haryanvi. You have the advantage of being in Haryana and Punjab. If you are knowing some French, German, something like that. But still again I am repeating it, this is the time of reverse globalization. Many countries, many nations are going through recession, and ग्लोबल मंदी के भौगोलिक मंदी के इस दौर में आपको लोकल लेवल पे भी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल सकती है. एंड डोंट ऑलवेज लुक फॉर अ जॉब, इवन लुक फॉर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. दैट विल बी एडिशनल बेनिफिट फॉर यू. क्रिएट जॉब फॉर अदर्स, रन इंडस्ट्री, रन योर ओन इंडस्ट्री, हैव एक्सपोजर फॉर 5-7 years. दैट इज एडवांस. एनी मोर क्वेश्चन? Thank you.